Right, guys, another topic here, and it's something or someone we've touched on previous.
Yep.
And that is our good old friend Ezra Miller.
Maybe we shouldn't use touched on.
Yeah, poor choice of words.
Yeah,
We've spoken about.
A topic we spoke about.
Yeah.
Or someone that we spoke about. Ezra
Another
Miller.
filth monger.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Hollywood's full of them. Yeah, he has got himself in another bit of trouble. It's now been alleged that he's groomed a certain individual and has now kind of like brainwashed them. Well, you're going to see what. Well, anyway, so this comes to us via Deadline, and the headline is "Flash star Ezra Miller faces more legal troubles." The cascade of legal troubles continued today for 29-year-old Flash star Ezra Miller as parents of an 18-year-old named Qatar Iron Eyes filed paperwork asking a judge to issue an order of protection against the actor on behalf of their child. Ezra uses violence, intimidation, threat of violence, fear, paranoia, delusions, and drugs to hold sway over a young adolescent Takata, says the filing, which was obtained by multiple outlets. The 18-year-old's parents alleged the two met at Standing Rock Reservation in North Dakota when their child was just 12. The parents allege Miller gave Takata alcohol and drugs, flew the child to London and to places such as Vermont, New York, California, and Hawaii. I've got a lot to say about that. But we'll get into it. Don't worry. Let me just finish this article. It was in Hawaii that Miller was arrested twice earlier this year, once for an altercation in a bar and another time for second-degree assault. The Flash comes out in theaters on June 23, 2023. I very much doubt that. Miller
it's not going to make it, is it? They need to let that go now, boy.
Say that.
Miller also appeared in Warner Brothers' Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, but is not linked to the franchise going forward. A hearing has been set next month to address the parents' filing. Right.
Go on. Get it off
So
your chest.
as Damien did, I watched John Campion today.
Right.
His take on this. And I pretty much agree with everything that he said. So I'm not going to read it, but Tokata, the girl in question, actually released her own statement, didn't she?
Yeah.
And when you hear the statement, you know that was not written by an 18-year-old girl. You know what I mean?
It sounds like it was plagiarized by someone else.
That was written by a lawyer. That was written, and even John Campion being, studied
legal background. Yeah.
Legal background, he even said the same. It just sounded too legal. That you know. So that tells me a lot. Now, John Campion says, and it's true, none of us were there. We don't know for sure. But my question is, why are the parents allowing a 12-year-old or 14 at the time to fly with someone who's not a family member to London, to New York, and elsewhere by themselves? You know?
Silence.
Right.
There is no...
Because there's no explanation.
There's nothing
There's
to
no
say.
explanation. Unless you're a family member and a close family member.
And even a family member.
No, but that's what
What
I say.
do you want with my child?
No, but that's what I
overnight?
say. A close family member. So there's only very few people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're that, you have no business flying my underage kid anywhere.
No.
Anywhere.
Without me.
Without me coming with you, yeah. No business.
So if you're sharing the bed, we're all sharing the bed, top and tail. You know them ones?
They're next to me, you're on the side of me.
Yeah. I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
You can spoon me both, I'll take it. It's fine. To protect my child.
Honestly, that's the first question that I have, and I'm sure you two have. Then my thing is this.
Michael Jackson all over again.
Honestly.
Sending your youth there.
So, she's now claiming from that letter that she's
That's been drafted.
Been trans and stuff as well now. Okay, cool. But
I'm just saying non-binary.
okay.
Yeah.
So then he's also paid for her schooling. This is why, after watching John Campion's bit about this, I don't think it's as clear cut as it sounds. Don't get me wrong, Ezra Miller's still not wrong.
Yeah.
So that's not in dispute. But I kind of feel like this has some of the parents' involvement in it. Very akin to Michael Jackson's case. Because we know the parents tried to force the boy onto Michael Jackson. I think there's similar things going on here. I think a similar thing, again, that doesn't absolve Ezra Miller from what he done, because just because they're chucking the daughter onto you doesn't mean, you then do what you're doing. Like, that's for you to use your common sense and say, nah. But yeah, I think the parents have culpability in this, and I think Ezra Miller, David Zaslav needs to get his axe. They call it the axe of Zaslav because he's axed so many shows already and people, and he needs to axe Ezra Miller because nothing's been done or said about all the multiple things that Ezra Miller has been doing. Right, nothing. Warner Brothers have not come out and said anything. Now, I'm not going to blame Zaslav because he wasn't in charge then, but he is in charge now. So, and the way he's been conducting himself, he's not suffering any fools at all. So, I would hope that Zaslav gets rid of him. As to what Zaslav does with the Flashpoint film, I don't know. What do you think? Yeah. What do you think, Leon?
What do I think? I think they're both complicit. So I don't know what Ezra wants with a 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, even an 18-year-old. Don't know what he wants with them. And yeah, like you said, they're paying for a school. Why? What's the agreement? What is going on here? Did she win a competition? Like what is going on? No, back in the day, they're like, you can win a competition to meet this celebrity or something. I don't know. But everyone's in the wrong. So I think the parents have an absolute cheek because my daughter's at home, and if you think she's flying to New York without me
at 14. That's what gets me.
She ain't flying to New York at 21, Larry.
Well,
without me.
At least you know she's not underage and she's an adult. So she could pretty much do what she wanted. Obviously, you wouldn't like it and you'd try to stop it, but there's not much you could do at that point. At 14, she's under your control. Like what you say goes, innit? So
well, listen, they can't drink till they're 21 in
the States,
So therefore, you're not an adult. So then you're still under my care. Do you understand? So it is that. It is that. So yeah, it's just I don't understand why there's no repercussions for Ezra Miller at the moment. It comes out. He done this. Gone. He done this. Gone. He done this. Gone. How is he going to sweep this one now? It's got to be a wrap.
It's got to be.
If you're acting like Kevin Spacey and you're just shelving these films because of what then you got to do that. You got to do that.
What do you think is going to happen with Flashpoint? Because they've put this back to 2023 because of all this nonsense.
Listen,
and
they should have let it go.
What they keep doing, as John Campion quite rightly said, is they'll take a bit of news like, Michael Keaton's in this movie,
to try and
forget about what's going on with Ezra Miller. This Ben Affleck's in this movie. You know what I mean? There's only so much, and that has been working. To be fair, it has been working.
Yeah.
But there's only so many times you can do that. You can't do that now.
I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. Minute he started acting up, I'd have put it out. Let's get it out because they know he's mad.
I actually agree with you.
Yeah,
I actually agree with you.
Anybody, like, the insiders know. Hollywood know. Like, this is not his first rodeo. They can go back and they can see that, like, there's stuff that we don't know, but has probably happened. They know what's going on. Put this out, then it's no longer our business. Get him out of it. Just get him out of it. That's what I would do. Unless he's proved totally innocent, like Johnny Depp. Yeah?
At this point, he's not.
No, but what I'm saying is, at that point, you don't know. So I'm saying, unless it came out that this was all like, a storm in the teacup, which it isn't. So they would have done everything right.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
Well, let's even pretend. I mean, it's not. We know it isn't. But let's pretend everything that he's been accused of recently has all been false.
Yeah.
Right. He would still need to go because he's bringing negative attention to the studio and to the projects that he's in.
Because I can spin that.
Huh?
I can spin that easily.
No, he's still bringing the thing into disrepute.
It is, but they can spin that. If everything was to come back and they say, "Oh, he's been cleared and vindicated of it, nothing of it ever happened,"
Right.
They can turn around and go, "Oh, look, we stood by our star. We knew that there was nothing wrong with it,
Right.
And as far as we're concerned, he is the Flash." Blah 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 blah. Blah.
Right, but my point is, there's been too many instances for that to happen.
It has, but to your point, if it came out that all of that was false,
Yeah.
it would be more within their depth to stand by that because they're always standing by him through this.
Yeah.
So it would make sense for them to still kind of like, go through the slog of everything until it comes out.
They can't now.
Yeah.
But they can't now.
Yeah.
And the problem, to Leon's point, the problem of releasing it now, the film wasn't actually finished yet on a production standpoint from the post effects. I think it's still like the last few months. So they were already in the midst of dealing with like second, third allegations of other things he's done. So it's like they were stuck. He literally put them in a rock and hard place because it's like, right, if we release it now, we're literally ignoring everything he's done. And it's at the highest point of, right, these cases been made about Hawaii, about the assault at the bar store and everything else. If we delay it, hopefully we can push the film out and he's been either prosecuted for what he's done or he's gotten help and we can clear it. But this story, especially with Zaslav now at the helm of it, it's like, right, what do we do? Like, and if I'm Zaslav, I'm sitting there literally asking the rest of my table, what the hell do we do with this guy? Because we've got a multi-million, $100 million movie coming up, which you guys have raved about, because apparently the Flash movie...
Apparently it's supposed to be really good. And not only that, apparently, let me just quickly... Apparently it sets how the DCEU is going to move on from now on. You know what I mean?
A lot in it.
So it's a pivotal movie, yeah.
So it's like he's sitting around there thinking, right, do I do what I've done with everything else since I've come on board and just, throw down the X Zaslav, kill them all off? Or do I see where we can take this? And at the point, he's no longer at that point where he can go, right, do I see where I can take this? He's literally putting his hair out going, I've got nothing left I can do.
Yeah.
If I kill this, we lose hundreds of millions and possibly future $100 million with the film.
Send it out before he gets prosecuted and then axe him.
Yeah, they got
just put it out and axe him.
Yeah, I agree.
Put it out, axe him.
I just hope they're not going to put it out now. I think they're going to stick to that date on 2023. I hope they don't move it from that further back.
They can't do that,
right? I don't think they. Well, I just hope they don't. And my thing is that I think Zaslav is going to fire him now. I think it's got to the point now where Zaslav doesn't even have a choice.
No.
Because that's what I was saying, that he's bringing... Let's even pretend that everything was false. You put yourself in numerous situations that have now brought a negative light to the studio. That's bringing that's what they call bringing the place into disrepute. You can get fired for that. No problem. Any job. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Even if you are you keep continually putting yourself in positions where it's bringing us negative attention. So he can be fired for that. He can definitely be fired for that. And I'm quite sure the contract that they sign has that clause in it.
Of course it does.
I'm quite sure it has that clause.
Corporate jobs. You get a corporate job and there's a video come back of you like skinning out in a rave.
Yeah. Or sniffing coke or whatever.
But this is Hollywood, man. Like they can change that real quick. I mean, look at how many people's stories and their lives have been changed in terms of what they've done in the past. Because look, we can forget about it. Look what they're doing now. People lack celebrity culture and forget about it so much.
It's just a.
That's what I'm saying. Do they put it on ice? What do they do?
I think it depends on who it is that they do.
There's a lot of that.
It depends on who it is.
I think in this aspect, it's not so much who it is; it's the parts that he's playing in the projects.
I think there's that, but I think there's also a little bit of, do we look in a negative light against the LGBT community if we do this? I think there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that. I think there's a little bit of that. But I think even the LGBT community have to see that this guy's nuts.
Yeah.
This guy's friggin' nuts. It's got nothing to do with him being gay or this or that or he's just nuts.
Yeah, he's not well.
He's not well.
Yeah,
He needs treatment,
Yeah,
and that's quite clear.
Yeah.
I mean, you know better than me. You've been
he needed an intervention long time ago. But you know what they're like in they just leave these two. He's just a bit quirky, or he's
making too many people money.
Yeah,
so he's only got yes men.
It's money. Yeah,
that's
money.
That's why remember we
before about where are the people around you?
Right, because I know if I was acting a fool like that, these two would be very quick to check me on it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Why you got a 12-year-old on the plane coming to you right now?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Wrong with you?
I don't even think I'd be talking. It would just be
I'll be like,
at that
well,
point,
we're gonna do that. But what? It's a brick or something because you're not gonna try and swing an Xbox up. I'm gonna have to be a brick
up behind him with some chloroform, and he's coming from the front of the car.
He'll jump on his shoulder, on his back. That's it.
You know what I mean? But at that point, when you talk about underage women and
you dealing with a 12-year-old on the plane.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's done. It's done. You know what I mean? So that's what he doesn't have good people around him. That's evident. That's very evident. You know what I mean? Because they're all
mum and dad.
That's for real.
Uncle, auntie.
Everyone's getting a handout, so they're just turning the blind. It goes back to our other story with the
paying the bills.
You know what I mean? Everyone's getting the previous Harvey Weinstein thing. Everyone's getting money, so everyone's looking the other way.
Money,
it's sickening. It's sickening, man. Honestly, but
anyway, we could be here all night.
We could be, so but you know what?
Knock that one on the head.
Leave us some comments and let us know what you think about all this Ezra Miller business, and let us know what you think should be done about him and the Flashpoint film.